Well, I'm right now here at Basera Park and the winter sun feels good. But why am I here today? Because from today onwards, Delhiites can finally pay almost 3,000 rupees to float above the toxic Yamuna froth in colorful hot air balloons. And this has been officially launched by Delhi Development Authority's green flagship program to, revive the Yamuna riverfront. Now, we understand that these rather hot air balloons, which we will be seeing soon, people enjoying the adventure ride here, we understand that it will be hovering over, the Yamuna water, which contains 80% of sewage water. It continues to be as polluted as ever. And also, the air that we are breathing, I took off my mask right before shooting because the air continues to be in the very poor category and the AQI routinely crosses the 500 mark. But is this new adventure, ride, the hot air balloons here in the national capital that continues to be the most polluted in the world, is this a sustainable tourism idea, or is it a greenwashing of the entire poor environmental governance that we have seen in the recent past? To understand better, I am joined by environmentalist Mr. Divan Singh. So, do you think that this is a sustainable ecotourism initiative, or do you think this is a mere distraction?
See, you use the last word you use is restriction. Rather, I'll say the authorities are trying to mask the crisis the city is going through. The air crisis, I mean, we are literally living in a gas chamber, and there's no solid steps are being taken to address it. And to do such activities like an air balloon tourism, I mean, it's nothing but distraction. I mean, it's playing with the seriousness of the crisis the city is going through, taking it lightly. Uh, in this season, they should shelve such projects and rather than focus on the air pollution the city is facing and the river pollution we are facing. The river is literally a sewage canal.
So you're saying that it's a case of misplaced priorities
Exactly,
when it comes
exactly.
to the winter months, but we also understand that it is during the winter months that people want to come out and about, enjoy the winter sun. Despite the poor AQI, you can clearly see people here conducting their picnics. We don't see anyone wearing a mask. So, sir, do you think that there is a certain level of ignorance on part of the public as well?
See, public will they will have to come out of their houses and what the state provides, what the authorities provide, they'll have to use that. They have no other way. If they are not provided here and provided elsewhere across the river, then they would have used that. So public can't be faulted for this. Their ignorance or their alignment depends on what government feeds them, what provides them. So it's again a case of misplaced priorities, and public is merely doing what they are being shown and what they're being facilities they are given.
And also, sir, we can see the Yamuna floodplains. We are right now in Basera Park, and it's nice to see, the Yamuna floodplains from a distance. But as you get closer to the water, we have been reporting how 80% of the Yamuna River continues to be as polluted as ever. And a few months back, we saw the Delhi government, spraying defoamers to clear the froth and so that it appears cleaner and less polluted. But now, in the winter months, we see it is as polluted as ever. So, do you think that Delhi government have been trying to, the DDA have been trying to sort of, boost the ecotourism part when it comes to Yamuna floodplains? Do you think it actually helps rejuvenating Yamuna?
Not at all. It is not helping. It's rather harming reverse rejuvenation.
How is that?
Floodplains is an integral part of any river's ecology, and for monsoonal rivers, it's highly important. It's as important as the river stream that's flowing through. And if they are encroaching on the floodplain, they are hurting the river, river's flow. This is where the river would have flooded during monsoons, but this entire area is being level has been raised. It's almost a platform in the middle of the river. So flood water cannot reach it. It cannot recharge the groundwater here. So they are harming the river's ecology by not allowing recharge and by compacting the soil. There's so much of human activity, vehicles movement and all that. That entire floodplain is soil composition has been compacted and it cannot recharge so well as it would have in normal case. So this way, this tourism is hurting. This tourism should be very sensible.
But nowadays I think the buzzword is ecotourism, and how tourism can be done in a sustainable way. And time and again, we are seeing how people are buying this idea as well of ecotourism. But do you really think this balancing this word? It's a heavy word at the end of
Yeah.
the day, and it has to be used responsibly. Do you think this very initiative that we're talking about, the hot air balloon ride that will be starting from today onwards, it's open to the public. We are here to declare that people can come here, but keeping in mind that the Yamuna, the water here, as well as the air that you will be breathing here, remains polluted as ever. And at a time like this, is it really sensible to have this kind of a tourism boost?
See, not at all. The city is reeling under a crisis. Every day morning I get up and I see its PM 2.5 has close to 300 units. And AQI, that means AQI of 500 and above. So in such a condition, if you are diverting people's attention towards hot air balloon and ecotourism, basically the eco word has been vastly misused to mask the eco destruction that's going underneath. So the floodplain is ecology, but when you do humanly invasive activities on the floodplains, like these tourism activities, it's harming the floodplains. It's killing its recharge capability. It's killing its local native species of shrubs, grass, and trees, and the aquatic life that could survive in it. But so this way, in the name of ecotourism, they are actually killing the ecology of the river, and they should take care not to disturb rivers natural landscape so badly as they have done right now. And now they are going one step, and now they are doing balloon tourism. Then they'll be starting with the dredging of the river and through boats.
There are a lot of other initiatives that they're planning to take. The authorities of having cruising over
That cruising
Yamuna.
thing, right? That cruising thing. I mean, we should be doing it in clean water. Let's clean the river first, have clean blue water in it, and then you do cruising. We'll enjoy it. But then thinking of cruising before you clean the river, it's not acceptable.
And also, sir, my last question to you is: I feel like the Delhi government is trying to adopt the model of how the Sabarmati River in Gujarat sort of was rejuvenated with. Allegedly rejuvenated with continuous efforts. Do you draw similarities? Do you draw parallels there?
See, what I'm seeing is they're trying to draw parallels, and which is a very bad parallel if they're trying to do that. Sabarmati rejuvenation is not Sabarmati rejuvenation at all. They haven't left Sabarmati in Ahmedabad. It's no more Sabarmati water in so-called Sabarmati river. It's Narmada water. It's brought through a canal. So it's a Narmada canal. It's not Sabarmati. Similarly, they have killed the river here. They may bring water from Ganga, and it may be turned into a Ganges river, Ganga canal. At best, it can turn into that. If they follow that model, they shouldn't be following that model. They should follow a real model for river rejuvenation, which means Yamuna's water should be flowing in the Yamuna river. Its floodplain should belong to the river, not to the people, not to tourism activities. And the aquatic life, the wildlife, it should exist here. The species that you can see around, this is all native. It should flourish all around, but only few pockets are left with such a wilderness and native species. So that's what rejuvenation is: leaving the river to flow on its own, leaving its floodplain to its on its own, to let it heal and try to rejuvenate on its own. That's the best way to rejuvenate a river, not to kill by doing various tourism activities on it, which are invasive on its soil and its ecology, everything.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your insights. It's absolutely important to understand this whole thing that is happening right now regarding the launch of these hot air balloons through an environmental lens. And also, it is about one's own health. But if we just look at the people who have come here, we really don't see anybody wearing a mask right now. They are out and about with the AQI, being in the very poor category. It is almost 362, and it routinely crosses the hazardous level.